We're seeing it here today, folks. We've just done our first battle. I unfortunately wasn't recording for this. Um, and so you didn't actually get to see it. But we had about 9,000 worth of berserkers versus 5 Vlads, which was also 9,000. So it was quite an even match money wise. But the Vlads were outnumbered by quite a lot. And in the first few seconds, the berserkers jumped and killed 2 of the Vlads instantly. The other 3 were shocked but continued to fight. Then the berserkers did their little second jump and they killed one of the other the Vlads. The Vlads, yeah. And the other 2 were just pissed off. So they eventually started attacking, killing many berserkers. Eventually 2 berserkers were stuck on one of the corpses that they had killed, and the other 2 Vlads just came in and killed them, which then meant that the berserkers were eliminated and Evie was eliminated since the berserkers were representing Evie. And since Corey was being represented by the Vlads, Corey moves on to round 2. Now, with the recap out of the way, we are now moving on to Lizzie versus Hugh, or in other words, we are just seeing here the Raptors versus Hugonu. No, sorry, Raptor versus Ninja. So let's have a look. See which is the. So we get 200 for the Raptor, and we have 500 for the Ninjas. So if we have 10 Ninjas, and then we try and match that with the Raptors. As you can see, we have money-wise, it is quite equal, but the Raptors seem to have 15 more Raptors than the Ninjas have. So let's see. And the Ninjas completely decimated the Raptors. Hello there, viewer. The Ninjas just swept in and killed every single Raptor going. But the Raptors tried their best, and they did manage to kill 2 Ninjas. Oh, congrats to the Raptors for trying, but in the end, the Ninjas has won, which results in Lizzie being eliminated and Hugh moving on to the second round. Right. Let's move on to the next contestant, which is Abigail versus Daisy. Or in other words, Cavalry versus the Banshee. Now, over here we have the Banshees here and the Cavalry is there. The Cavalry has the cost advantage of having 1,800 pounds for every unit placed, and the Banshee only having 1,100 pounds per unit placed. So it's the Cavalry versus Banshee. Okay, so the red get the Cavalry. Let's say about 5 of them versus Banshee. And try to match the price. There we go. If I place another one, it'd be 900 more than the cavalry. But with this, it's only 200 less than the cavalry. So this is equal as I can get it. Now the cavalry just charge through the banshees, their powers, and just decimate. Look, even the cavalry does not know what to do. Like, it's just defying physics right now, floating in the air, trying to get away from the banshees. But the banshees' power is just unimaginable. And even with the cavalry's cost advantage, the banshees end up winning. They did. The cavalry did kill a few banshees, but the banshees won it in the end. It was quite a close battle. They almost got this banshee here, with the health being quite low. This banshee had about half its health. This banshee didn't even get touched. But in the end, it is Daisy who wins, and Abigail is eliminated. So congratulations to Daisy. We're moving on to round 2. And now, for the final part of the first section, we have Kelly versus Min. And in other words, we have the Reaper versus Shukonu. Now, the Reaper is quite a nice unit in my eyes. Let's see, where's Shukonu? There's Shukonu. It's only costing 350. We're just going to have them placed. And then the Reaper is, well, the Reaper is 2,500. Now we're gonna have 4. We're gonna have 4 Reapers. So Kelly has her 4 Reapers. And Min over here, at the moment, has only got about, 5 Shugonus? But of course, we like it to be even, price-wise. So we want 10,000 worth, or as close to 10,000 as possible, of these Shugonus. It may be outnumbered. The Reaper is definitely a stronger unit, hence why it is charging more. There we go. We have 28 versus 4. We have 7 times the amount of Shukonus versus the Reaper. And the Reaper has the cost advantage. So let's have a look. Let's go down. Even though the Reapers had the cost advantage, they stood no chance against the amount of arrows the Shukanus were firing. As you can see, they are pretty gnarly arrows, and they were all pelted into the Reapers. The Reapers stood no chance. Not a single Shukanu was killed. As you can see, these soldiers just know how to use and wield a giant crossbow. Unfortunately, that means Kelly is eliminated, and Min moves on to the next round. Moving on over to the second section. And we have Megan. Oh, see, Daisy did not mean to start that battle, guys. We have Megan versus Amy. Now, Megan has the Celestial Aegis. She's currently charging 300 gold per placement. And they have the shield advantage. They have like shields. But Amy, on the other hand, Amy has the evil section. So it's a good evil versus good, good versus evil battle, which is quite generic, but the Deathbringer charges about 2,000 per placement. So we're gonna have 5 of these Deathbringers here. Now, obviously, we want a fair match. So we're gonna I was just placing them to show you guys. So now let's place them strategically. We're gonna have we're gonna have 9 here, and then we're gonna have another 9 here and over here. You got you got your 3 armies here. Just your 3 armies, and so far it's 27 versus 5. So they are already outnumbered, but we're still not even enough. We're gonna have that's even enough. That's even enough. If I place another one, it's gonna be too much. So the blue team, the Celestial Aegis, have the numbers advantage, and as we saw in the last battle, the numbers really did matter. But the red team over here have the stronger units and have the cost advantage. So let's go ahead, slow it on down. They're going. They're entering. They're going to fight. Oh, there goes one of the Celestials. Not a single Deathbringer has been killed yet. We already have seen our first death. No, another 2 have been eliminated. Oh my god, it's fast motion, guys. The Celestials don't know what to do. We still have our 5 Deathbringers. They are just crushing it. Though the Celestials are attacking this one, and this one is about to die. Can he at least get 1 kill before he's brought down? He jumps, he's going to jump, he's swinging. All the Celestials over here, these are the last few Celestials. He jumps, but just as he jumps, he is killed. And this one is heavily injured. The others come in, rushing after killing the rest of the Celestials. They come in, they're just hugging it out. They're just like really angry that 2 of their brethren have died. There are about... They're still fighting, There goes another Deathbringer, but there's only about 4 Celestials left. There's 2... Oh, we got 3 Celestials remaining, but 2 Deathbringers. It is 1v2. This one Celestial with his arm broken behind his back, and this Deathbringer coming in with his sword. He's right up against the Celestial. Another Celestial comes in out of nowhere, tries to attack, but misses because he hits a door. And then finally attacks the last Celestial, killing them upon impact. With these 2 remaining, the victory goes towards the Reds, and every single Celestial has been murdered. So it does matter. It doesn't matter whether you have a number advantage or a cost advantage. It is a close battle, as always, and it's just down to luck. Because even though this game is called Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, the battles aren't exactly accurate. With that being said, and victory going to the Reds, that means Amy goes to round 2, leaving Megan to be eliminated. Congratulations to Amy. Now, this next battle There's no doubt about it who's going to win this one. And in fact, I believe that there is no doubt about it that they're going to win the whole entire game. Because next up, we have Brian versus Emma. Now, if you are in the Discord and have seen the lineup, you would know that, yes, Brian has always been eliminated in the first round, making it to round 2 in one of the other seasons just by pure luck. But this time, with the change of heart, he has managed to luckily get the power of the super peasant on his side. Now, we can afford 2 super peasants, but the price is just way over, like a lot. Like it's like 9,999,999 gold just to place this one super peasant. And in fact, Emma unfortunately has the hay balers. So this is going to be a slaughter because we've got a really weak unit with a stick. Like, look, I'm just going to come in. It is a unit covered in hay with a really shit haircut and a stick. This is the unit representing Emma. But representing Brian, we have the super peasant who is just raring to go. This one hay baler is looking at the super peasant like, I did not mean to do that. That was just, you just saw the power there, folks. Oh, you saw the power there. Right, let's. This is going to be a very, very laggy game scenario here. $66 hay balers cost about 9,200. My game is going to lag. My PC may be able to handle it, guys, but I don't think the game can handle it. Look, already we're just crushing the frames right now. $269 units so far. I'm trying to make it like fair, but at this point, I'm just gonna do that because we all know in the end who's gonna win. So I'm gonna slow this on down so the frames are at least kind of, as you can see right off the bat, the super peasant just swings in, killing many hay balers in his path. The hay balers have no idea what they're doing. They're swinging their sticks around, but they can't seem to swing it fast enough. The super peasant just swings in, just flies around, just grabbing and killing every hay baler in sight. He's so fast that even I can't seem to keep up with him, even in slow motion. Maybe because the frames are really terrible. The amount of hay balers that I have. The super peasant is trying his best. He's swinging through these hay balers at full force. And if I try and play it as the lag, of the battle here, and the frames carry. This is in fast motion. You can see the hay balers are trying. They are trying to at least attack at least once. But no, the super peasant is just, they've all lined up. They have seriously made a mistake here. They are lining up just to get attacked by the super peasant, who is just still going. He has so much stamina. He is just going through each every hay baler, making sure to leave no witnesses, no survivors. We've seen it here before, folks. We have seen in past battles that how the super peasant bodies are just flying, sticks going everywhere. If there was dismemberment in this game, then that would definitely be happening. There goes another hay baler just over the wall of the gladiatorial arena, and we have like still a lot of hay balers, and Super Peasant hasn't lost an inch of like. Look at this guy. This guy's still alive. He just got pushed out of the way. He is fine, mate. Those bones broken, but he's still able to fight. Like this guy, he was thrown. He stood back up. He's dazed, confused. He doesn't know what's going on. He's witnessed. He's probably got PTSD from this. He's witnessing his brethren just get annihilated. Look at the amount of corpses on the floor. The cleaner having to clean this up is going to have a field day. The peasant's still going at it. He has so much endurance. Look at that. He just picked that guy up and just crushed him in his hand. He swings through, annihilating even more hay balers. This was just a suicide mission for the hay balers. They knew what they were getting into, but they went into it confident anyway. So gratitude to them. But at this point, we just know who's going to win. There is no doubt about it. But you're here to witness it first. Well, the people watching it live, however, will be seeing it first. People watching the recording will, no doubt about it, be watching it secondhand. But I'm your presenting camera. Most people know me as Dark. And other people know me as Zenkin. So yeah. I'm your presenter for this, and then your host. If you know me by my Discord name, you know me as Asmodeus Alice. We've only got a handful of hay balers left. How's the guy that got thrown over there? He is coming back. Is he? I think he's under the... No, he is under the ground. He is in a tiny little hole. He's coming out. He is ready. He's like the lone survivor. You've got this guy. Nope, he's dead. I turn around and he's dead. Yep, he's gone. He was there for a split second and now he's dead. Look, there's the brethren falling and collapsing into that hole. They're being thrown. This guy in the bunker is like World War II. He's seeing his brethren die left and right. We turn back and look, there's about 5, 6, 4 people left. And the Super Peasant is just annihilated. It's just a 1v1 at this point. Super Peasant comes in, he's against this one guy left, and yeah, oh, he picked him up and he's still alive. He's still alive, and now he's dead. Super Peasant is now going to get our friend Jimmy over here. Jimmy, you better run. There is no way you're going to win this. He's coming out of his hole. He's coming out of his hole. The Super Peasant is kind of just standing there. He's running. He's flying through. The guy just gets out of the hole and he is impacted in the chest. The force of it just can't take it. Like, look, he is inside him right now. But as we all expected, red has won and blue was annihilated. Like, look at the amount we had. We had so many units here. They were all confident. They were like, yeah, we have the numbers. The Super Peasant has the cost advantage, but we have the numbers. There is no way that he could get all of us. And yet, as they fill in, they trickle in. They went into their backyards. They got their hay. They covered themselves in the hay thinking that would protect them. And they grabbed the nearest stick because they could not afford a proper weapon. And they managed to gather 372 hay balers. But at the end of the day, it was just not enough. And of course, Brian goes on to round 2, leaving Emma in an embarrassing defeat. But we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew. And if you somehow did end up betting against Brian, you've just lost everything. Admittedly, some people don't know what taps is, and so they did not know the power of the Super Peasant. But if you have heard or seen or even played Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, you would know how strong the Super Peasant is. With that being said, we move on to our next contestants. we have Peter versus Shay. In other words, we have the Skeleton Archer versus the Devout Gauntlets. We have the spooky unit versus a good unit from the good faction. That's what I meant. So we have the cheap Devout Gauntlet over here versus the Skeleton Archer. So the right, the Devout Gauntlet is obviously has the cost efficiency, but we might be able to make it an even match. We're gonna have 20. These are all the Skeleton Archers. Forgive me, folks. That was from my part. I didn't realize. I thought I had clicked the Devout Gauntlet, but it turns out that I was completely wrong, and I was still putting down the Skeleton Archers. That was bad on. Yes, getting news here, folks. That it was not actually my fault. It was down to the security team and that to get these people in order, and they just were lazy and decided not to do that. But now we are back on track, and we have our 20 units of Devout Gauntlets costing around 4,000 gold versus our Skeleton Archers, and then we'll try and get it near. We'll try to. We'll try to get it cost efficient. As we can see here, obviously the Skeleton Archers are getting more. Oh, I have gone over the limit. There we go. We have 2 more Skeleton Archers than the Devout Gauntlets. So the Skeleton Archers do have the number advantage, which we have seen work with the other battles. But as we have also seen, the cost efficiency has succumbed and become the better force of action. And with the blue team having 4,000 gold versus the Skeletons 3,960, the blue team have got the cost efficiency and cost advantage. So let's have a look, folks. We'll slow on down. We'll get right up in there. The Devout Gauntlets, they're running, they're charged, they're ready. They've got the holy divine power on their side, whereas the Skeleton Archers, they have fire arrows. They fire because of the hit. They're just burning the Devout Gauntlets. Divine power will save them. Some of them are burning to death, some of them just die because of the arrows. But they're still confident. They're still charging the Skeleton Gauntlets. Skeleton Archers they burn everyone. They do that nothing can stand fire. The Devout Gauntlets didn't even stand a chance. They didn't even get close. The closest they got was this guy right here. When the Skeleton Archers initially missed. But the Skeleton Archers, look at them. Look at them. They knew they were gonna win. They had no fear. They just shot all their arrows and just annihilated the other team. So with that concluded, it shows that Peter goes on to round 2, whilst Shay is eliminated. And now we are going on to our final battle of the second section. where it is Sun versus Alex. Now, Alex over here, he has the strongest unit in the Wild West faction. He has the quick draw. So we'll put have a look. Yeah, we'll put 5 down. I'm gonna place them. But however, Sun is going to have a lot. Unfortunately, Sun does have the weakest unit in the game, being the peasant, and cheapest unit in the game is the peasant. But because it's so cheap, that means that they can have a lot of peasants. The peasant is worth 30 each. Whoever you're rooting for is going to be an interesting fight, because the gunslingers can avoid, the quick draw can avoid shots. Like if you have played the game Red Dead Redemption, they slow on down and they can avoid bullets, but it might not matter. Because we have an even 6,000 versus 6,000 and a nice even 200 peasants. And one of them just sunk in the floor. One of them did not want to battle today. He just didn't want to be here. I don't know where he went. But the quick draw, these, again, have a nice look at them. As you can see, the quick draw has a nice little gun here. It's huge compared to him, and he's got his little cowboy hat, a little pouch for his ammo. And then we look at the peasants over here, and they're just your generic peasants, though they look like they have titties. But we're not gonna mention about that. Anyway, let's get on with the battle. Let's get on right here. Angle ourselves before the battle. We can actually see what's going on. Let's have a look. Let's see if, because no one has the cost advantage because it's equal. But let's see if the numbers, the unarmed peasants, can charge the 5 quick draws, or if the quick draws are just going to just obliterate the peasants with their guns. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have some misses. Oh, that peasant just got wiped. He didn't even start it. He just got shot straight in the face. The peasants are still charging. You've got the ones at the back. I'm probably not going to even see battle. The quick draw, even though with the name, they're kind of slow to reload. They shoot once. The peasants are still going. Okay, he fires. And he just, that impact though. Oh, what a lovely impact we have there. Look, these peasants, they're just charging. They are almost there. He goes to swing. He misses. He hits the other guy in the face. They're still fighting. The guy, he's even pushed the guy. Oh, look, over there. They've actually damaged one of the gunslingers. Not the gunslingers. They damaged the quick draw. These peasants just seem to be fighting over each other to see who wants to attack this guy. They're just pushing him out of the way. They're not working as a team. They, however, did work as a team, killing the first quick draw. We have 4 remaining. The peasants over here still cannot figure out how fucking teamwork works, and hasn't even landed a punch. They are just punching each other. But they have pinned the quick draw on the floor. Oh, they finally land a punch. He is shocked. He's pushed over. The peasants are flying everywhere. They don't know what to do. There goes the other quick draw. That leaves 3. So they go to charge the guy in the middle. They they just throw themselves at the quick draw, pushing over. Quick draw fires, killing about 3 peasants, but it falls. He doesn't know what's going on. His little attack there stumbled him a bit, and oh, that peasant just pushed another peasant into the quick draw, just disorientating him. Let's have a look. Oh, this quick draw is being beaten by some the amount of peasants. We have this quick draw being damaged, and that quick draw is dead. They killed him. He just evaporated. All we can see, all that is left is his gun. All that's left is his gun. Like he doesn't exist anymore. They punched him so hard. There's one quick draw left. He's trying to fight all these peasants by himself. It's like a zombie apocalypse. He's trying his best. He's almost dead. He's got like a slither of health left. He's trying his hardest. He's trying, but he's just being thrown around by the amount of peasants. He is so disoriented. He doesn't know what to do. And the peasants just... there is strength in numbers, folks. There is strength in numbers. They just charged this one quick draw unit who did not know what to do. He was trying his best. The amount of peasants that had fallen this day. But they seem to have broken off into 2 little factions over here. We had the left and the right, and they won. One went for the left and one went for the right. So the peasants may have the more numbers advantage, but they also were quite smart in the fact that they didn't all target the same quick draw unit. However, we did see that even though they were smart, they still didn't know how teamwork worked, and they wanted to be the one that killed the quick draw. So they were just punching and pushing each peasant out of the way to get that punch in on the quick draw unit. But with all that aside, all the peasants are loading back in. The peasants, surprisingly, just obliterated the gunslingers, which yeah, that means well, that just means that Sun moves on to the next round, whereas his enemy Alex just is eliminated. So congratulations to Sun. He may have not been lucky enough to get a good unit, but he was lucky enough to survive and end up pulling through and winning. So that is the first and second section. Done. Now we move on to the third section, where it is Gumi versus Dale. And Gumi is being represented here by the Reaper. As we saw, the Reaper just got obliterated. So can the Reaper regain his reputation and beat the Executioner, who is representing Dale? We shall see. So obviously the secret unit Executioner is all the way over here. Never mind, he's not over here. Past him. The Executioner is worth 350 gold. And as we saw, the Reaper's worth 2,500. So we have Gumi here with her 4 Reapers. Now, the Reapers are a heavily strong melee unit. So they don't really stand a chance against multiple ranged units, as we saw in the other battle. But the Executioner is also a melee unit. And so this gives the Reapers a chance to get in and just attack, Let's try and make them cost efficient. So 150, 200. Yeah, so we'll have one more. We'll give. So over here we have the cost advantage and the number advantage is going to the executioners, but they are kind of spread out a bit. The Reapers. Well, let's just have a look at them, shall we? So we'll go in. We'll just look at this guy, seeing as he's by himself. Get some attention. The executioner has his generic black hood. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they look like. They are hiding their faces because they're probably worried that they're going to lose. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to like see the audience see their faces as they get annihilated by the Reaper. They have a magnificent giant axe, easily cutting off the heads of their enemies. And then we go over to the Reaper, and they just look insane. They're flying. They've got these black tentacles, and they have a giant scythe. So let's have a look, folks. Let's have a look here. So as we see, the Reapers, they float in as the Executioners just seem to charge. Executioner is going to... Oh, he's just been impaled. He's dead. Oh, there goes another one. They're being picked up by the tentacles. Used as... Yeah, there you go. Look, another one's just been brilliant. He's grabbed and sucked in. Just adding to the bodies. And since all the tentacles have now been used, the frontline executioners, it is now down to the scythe to do the work. As you can see over there, the scythe is being used. He swings his axe, but it doesn't do damage. He swings his scythe. Solves the dams trickling off here. All of the executioners, they charge this one ring with their axe, but they seem to miss it. They can't see it. They're quite blind. And you can see the enemies here as the other Reapers want to get in and steal the souls and bodies of the executioners. The executioners don't seem to stand a chance here. The Reapers just pissed off with how the last one. The executioners lose lost. The first hit killed the Reaper. The first Reaper to lose health. The Reapers are now starting to lose their health. But I don't think it is going to work. The other Reaper here. We have 3 Reapers. One of the Reapers has been killed. Or has vanished. Yeah, the other Reaper seems to have disappeared. They died. But still, this one's last tentacle inside. They come in and they just annihilate. Look, they just didn't move on that one. They just chucked it. They sucked it back in. And it's a red victory. We see here that he was obliterated by the scythe. And the Reaper here just wanted a nice collection of bodies, so they impaled them with the tentacles, adding to the look and vibe of the Reaper. The Reaper is not to be messed with. The Reaper was killed in the last battle, but it clearly shown here the Reaper just took his reputation back and just annihilated the executioners. So with the first battle of the third section done, even if you have cost efficiency and number efficiency, if you're a melee unit, there is no way that you're going to beat the Reaper. Which obviously means that Gumi here moves on round 2, with Dale having an embarrassing defeat. Alright, next up on our little battle rotor is Mischief versus Carlos. And Mischief here is being represented by a wheelbarrow, whilst Carlos is being represented by miners. And no, not the miners you're thinking of. No, no, they're not being represented by children because that would just be child abuse and child cruelty. No, no, they're being represented by actual miners, people with pickaxes, like Steve. So let's have a look to see who is more who's more expensive. The wheelbarrow charging 1,000 gold per unit placed, whereas the miners here are only 200. So we're gonna get our wheelbarrow. Lovely battle cry here from the wheelbarrows. We're gonna get 5. We've got 5 wheelbarrows, and they're gonna be versus the miners. They do sound like little children. And the miners are glitching. They just don't know what to do here. They see the wheelbarrows and they are just ready. We have the miners have 5 to, oh, but as you can see, the miners are just raring to go, just flying into the air. You guys calm down now. You've done your little show off moves. Good. Now, as I was saying, we have an even 5,000 split cost-wise. However, the miners do have 5 times the amount of units than the wheelbarrow has. But of course, the wheelbarrow does count as 3 units. As we see here, the miner has a giant pick. This guy's just tired, He's had a long day in the mine. And this guy too. They've just had a long day. So this guy, I think he's feeling something else. Like his little butt flaps open and the pickaxe looming over, and he's just ready. He's just waiting for this guy to take his move. If you know, you know. But this guy, yeah, no, he's just tired. He's just, yeah, he had a long